WFCU Center, and thank you for watching Knockstrom.tv's production of Windsor Express Basketball. My name is Brett Hedges, and I'm alongside my partner Kobe K, and tonight we'll be commentating tonight's NBL Canada clash between the London Lightning and the Windsor Express. These two teams aside, the lead story tonight is the return of Bill Jones to the Windsor Express sideline after serving a 20-game suspension imposed by the league this year. What a big lift for the Windsor Express as they go into the second half of the season, Kobe.
Yeah, he's most definitely an intricate part and a big reason of why this team won 2 championships. He played at an NBA level, and moreover, the players believe in this guy. He has an uncanny ability to get these guys to play well together, to be able to gel. Cohesiveness we've seen is large in part due to his leadership qualities. And the real thing I love about Bill Jones is his ability to get the best out of his players.
Yeah, the record speaks for itself. Bill Jones is 96-56 as head coach of the Windsor Express. His brother Tony took over the helm on the interim basis this year. He was 10-10 before Bill was reinstated by the league today. And he said, when I spoke with him earlier today, Bill Jones said his brother did a great job, and he's really excited to have them both on the sideline for the rest of the year.
Of course, he more kept them afloat. They're 10-10. They continue to play championship-level defense. The offense needs a bit of a boost, but overall, he held things down in the meantime, and now Bill Jones is back.
Absolutely, and these two teams met 2 days ago in London, with the Lightning coming away with a 104-98 victory. The Express trailed by as many as 21, got it down to 6, but close but no cigar. They got another chance tonight.
You know, you look at this London team, 16 collective wins, number 1 in the NBL. They've scored more three-point baskets than any other team in this league. They're near top on both sides of the rebounds. I mean, they're leading or near the top of all statistical categories. This is a well-balanced team. They score 108 points per game. They don't have a player in the top 5, but they have a 3-headed monster in Maxwell, Tyshawn Patterson, and then, of course, Nick Okori. The supporting cast is definitely there. Well-balanced team. They rotate the basketball. They do so many things well. And tonight, it's going to be a real test for the Windsor Express, who start a 4-game homestand.
Yeah, last night, the Windsor Express got their record up to 10-10 with a big 97-93 victory over the Niagara River Lions. They were playing without Logan Stutz, but they got 23 points from Sammy Zaglinski, but it was the big 3 from Windsor that led them once again. Tony Bennett had a double-double with 12 points and 11 assists. Brandon Robinson had 21 points, and of course, Chris Commons, 22, been leading this team for a very long time, and he's doing it again.
Well, you know what those guys, they're going to get you your points. They're going to put up those numbers, but it's the secondary unit and the bench that really need to step up to carry this team back to championship status. And they will be without Kirk Williams Jr., who has 1 game, I believe, left on his suspension. He's a guy that does a lot. So some players are definitely going to have to step up tonight. And again, Bill Jones being back, getting the most out of his guys, that's exactly what this team needs.
Yeah, I spoke with Tony Bennett just before the game, and he told me that this team is so excited to have Coach Jones back, and I couldn't agree with them more. As you said, they're going on a 4-game homestand, and no better reason than to have them to get a big one tonight. The London Lightning have only lost 4 games this year, Kobe. 3 of them to Windsor. What has been Windsor's key to success against London this year?
Well, I think there's a history there. It's not like these teams haven't played before. So Windsor has confidence against the London Lightning. And certainly when they're in the WFCU Center, they can beat any team in this league. So I really do believe it's about believing themselves and finding a way to score the basketball. The defense anchors everything. Really, it lands on how many points the Windsor Express can score.
Mm-hmm. London trying to take a stranglehold in the season series and maintain their lead. This is a big stretch of games for the Windsor Express after Orangeville lost out in the Maritimes over 4 games. Really a good chance for them to cement themselves as the 2nd seed in the Central Division.
Absolutely agree. They're 10-10, and I think we could collectively say they're better than playing 500 basketball, but that's where they're at. And this is definitely a chance for them to make a real push in the Central.
Mm-hmm. The Windsor Express picked up Jolly Rudolph just recently, and he's been picking been doing some good production off of the bench. Mo Bolden was hurt last night, but he chipped in 16 points. I saw him running around. He seems to be loose. This Windsor Express roster seems to be coming into shape, Kobe.
Yeah, they've got more length than it really looks. They're near the bottom of the league in rebounds, and that's something they need to collectively work on. But they do so many things well defensively, holding opponents to under 100 points per game. They block shots, great steals. They defend the rim very, very well, I think 44%. So it just becomes about that real team effort and them believing in themselves.
On the other side, you've got London, who's the top team in the league. They picked up Ryan Anderson. They released Kevin Loisel just a while ago. How do you like their roster as you're looking at the second half of the regular season?
Like I said, they've got their own three-headed monster. Nick Okori can put a team on his back on any given night and shoot the lights out, but they've definitely got depth. Stephen Maxwell, I think he's 18 and 12. Guy's just a monster. Windsor has struggled to defend the three-point line, so look for London tonight to shoot the lights out from the three-point line.
Yeah, like Ryan Anderson missed a game-winning three I believe it was a week ago, that would have beat the Windsor Express when they were in London 2 times ago, pardon me. But we'll see how it goes tonight. We'll be back right before tip-off, pardon me. You're watching the Windsor Express pregame on Knockstrom.tv. We'll be back soon, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. And please join St. Gabriel School and Conductor Coltrane, the playing of our national anthem.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the WFCU Center. Brett Hedges and Kobe K up in the media booth here Getting ready for another edition of London versus Windsor in NBL Canada action on a Saturday night. Kobe, good to see you again.
It feels like a lifetime ago. I was just thinking, it just felt so like I haven't seen you in so long, and I'm so grateful to be back here calling this game alongside you with the rest of the Knockstrom team, getting to watch another classic Windsor Express basketball game against the always dangerous London Lightning.
Yes, Kyle Julius and the London Lightning will be looking to knock off the Windsor Express for the third time this season. Sorry, I believe fourth time this season, as we go into game number 6 or 7 of the year against one another. It's always a good time in the division.
Always. St. Gabriel's School came out and sang our national anthem to open the game. That was a wonderful opportunity for the public school system to get involved, or the Catholic school system to get involved and be a part of this. And the service work I've seen the Express players doing in the community is just fantastic. They were out at one of the local hospitals visiting sick kids. My mom actually seen them there. She volunteers and just really spoke about the quality of character that some of these young men possess.
Absolutely. Only the best for our fans from the NBL Canada. It is multicultural night here at the WFCU Center. You see Coach Jones and Kyle Julius shake hands at half for the ceremonial tip-off. Theo Davis, Chris Commons, Brandon Robinson, Shaq Keith, Tony Bennett will battle Marcus Capers, Stephen Maxwell, Akeem Wright, Nick O'Corey, and Warren Ward, number 10. Opening tip is up, and the game's underway.
Phil Jones putting just a little bit more size at the center position to start this game.
Yep, Theo Davis getting more and more time as the season has progressed. Near turnover there. Windsor gets it back. Shaq Keith puts up a 3. It's good.
Great way to open the game after an almost Windsor turnover. Shaquille Keith able to convert on the triple.
Shaquille Keith, we've seen him develop in his first season of professional basketball. Brampton native, former Kilgore College product. Nick O'Corey for 3. Oh, circled the drain, didn't fall. Nick O'Scorey missing an early 3. There's Brandon Robinson for a jumper, and it's good.
He's almost automatic from there, Brett.
This game features 3 of the top 5 scorers in NBL Canada history. Brandon, number 2. Nick O'Corey, number 3. And Chris Commons, number 4. As O'Corey gets it over to Maxwell, and he will soak up a foul from Brandon Robinson.
Speaking of Chris Commons, I don't know the exact numbers here, but he's got to be having one of, or if not his best season in the NBL. And he was a player that definitely needed to take another step this year with the exiting of Quinnell Brown, and I believe he's met the task. I mean, he's filling up the stat sheet nightly on both ends of the floor.
Absolutely. I spoke with Tony Jones after Windsor's victory over Orangeville last week, and he said, thank God that we've got guys like Chris Commons who can knock down 32 points and haul down double-digit rebounds every night.
And then there's the rim protection, which I think is very underrated. They're currently, I think, only allowing teams to score 44% from the field, and a lot of that is to do with what goes on in the paint.
Absolutely. They're one of the leading teams in blocks, but they have struggled with rebounding, and maybe that's why Theo Davis is in the starting lineup. Skip pass is out of the reach of 2 Express players. That'll be an early turnover. 5-2, Windsor leads here on Knockstrom.tv. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to click the HD tab to check out the stream in high definition. Stephen Maxwell inside. Hook shot, can't get it to go.
And some great defense there by Theo Davis. In the right place at the right time. Hands up D.
Commons looks for Brandon Robinson in the corner. He lets it go. It's in.
Good Lord. The man scores at will.
Kyle Julius asking the official as he was going up to Florida, ask him if Brandon Robinson's foot was on the line. That's a good argument. Looked to be close. And of course, when these two teams play, a point can make the difference. So I think O'Corey, nice play inside. Beautiful pass to Stephen Maxwell.
Yeah, it made the in-air adjustment to feed the ball into Stephen Maxwell.
So creative, Nick O'Corey. And in London's win over Windsor on Thursday, he only had 10 points, but Brandon Robinson with a missed 3 there, but he affects the game in so many areas he doesn't have to some nights. There he is.
And
leaves it short.
And definitely the intangible of leadership is something that, he possesses, and when he gets hot, man, everything falls into place for that team.
We've seen him do it in a couple different jerseys. Tony Bennett is going to be called for an offensive foul, pushing off on the aforementioned Nick O'Corey. Some good D right there, making another call, infecting the game in another way.
And some good-looking jerseys on the London Lightning.
Yeah, I like those. Nice and sharp. I was a big fan of the Windsor Express jerseys during the Clash of the Coliseum.
You know what? Somebody messaged me on Facebook and asked me what they were called or who made them or how to find them. So I don't know if that's something you know, but people really took to those jerseys. I thought they were really nice as well.
Stephen Maxwell loses it. Loose ball over to Warren Ward. He dribbles inside the three-point line, lets it go, knocks it down.
Little shake and bake.
Shake and bake, Warren Ward. 8-4 Windsor leads.
Seeing some beautiful shooting thus far in this game.
I believe it should be 8-6. Yes, it is. No, they just changed it on the scoreboard. Tony Bennett working against O'Corey as Chris Commons is posting up. Tried to pass it to Theo Davis at the high post. That gets picked off. Akeem Wright gives a Euro step and scores at the hoop to tie the game at 8.
And that started with a great defensive play by the London Lightning, who went over and double-teamed Chris Commons, which caused the turnover.
Tony Bennett in the half court once again. Gets a pass from Commons. Commons brings it in and scores in tight. He doesn't miss very much from that area.
No, he had to make an in-air adjustment himself, switching to the right hand. Someone in the crowd has
Warren Ward 3.
The old classic defense sign with the letter D and then the hashtag.
Much better than the commercial where the guy actually takes a piece of the fence. Gets a call from his wife. She said, "You did it again, didn't you?" He's like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." Chris Commons gets away from a triple team, passes it around. Brandon Robinson steps in, knocks it down.
So the Windsor Express making them pay that time for getting out of defensive placement. He sent 3 players over to Chris Commons, which eventually led Brandon Robinson to a nice look.
Maxwell hands it off to Ward, who just scored a 3 on the last possession. Akeem Wright, he lines up a 3. Can't get it to fall after it rattled off the board. Commons working against Akeem Wright. Strong defender, pass in the high post, intended for Theo Davis.
Out of bounds, London ball.
Goes out of bounds. It'll be another early turnover for the Windsor Express. They're up 12-11 midway through the first quarter.
Indeed, at 4 total turnovers, though, that's got to change if they're going to win this basketball game.
Capers gives it over to Akeem Wright. Chris Commons not giving him any room. Maxwell crosses over on Theo Davis. Puts up the left hand, gets his own rebound, puts up the shot, no good. Davis rips it down. Bennett in transition, kicks it to Shaq Keith for 3. It's good.
Shaq Keith with the long bomb from the corner.
And we've seen him make 3s this year, but it seems like he's more ready to catch and shoot at this part of the season.
He's gotten better every single game out. He is a real force on the basketball court. He can penetrate the rim, shoot the outside shot, and he can rebound. Real asset.
I believe he's only 22 or 23 years old as well. There he is in transition, running into Nick O'Corey once again, soaking up a charge. Making the sacrifices on the defensive end.
But that was, again, showcasing what Shaquille Keith can do. He has no problem driving to the basket. And the other play, we'd seen him shoot the triple from the corner, so real asset. But Nick O'Corey, savvy veteran play, posting up and taking one for the team.
We are at a timeout break. Windsor Express up 15-11. And Kobe, tell us what the stats are telling you.
Well, Windsor's doing a great job from the field thus far. Big part of why they're up 15-11 right now. 6 of 7 from the field, but they've hit 3 triples. We see Brandon Robinson 3 of 4 from the field, 7 points. And then Shaquille Keith with 6 points. He's hit 2 triples. He's also got a rebound. So those are your 2 high point men for the Windsor Express right now. But Theo Davis, just a little bit of length, playing dividends in the paint. He's been able to snag a couple of rebounds and protect that rim. And then for the London Lightning, Warren Ward with 5 points and Stephen Maxwell with 4 points. He is 1 for 4 from the field. So we know Steve Maxwell can get heated up in any minute. He's about 18 and 12 on the year. Great forward in this league.
Absolutely, and the one stat that stands out to me, Kobe, is on all 6 shots that the Windsor made, they're registering an assist on it. So 6 shots made, 6 assists. It's got to be equals up to some good basketball.
It's they're almost 25 collectively on the season, so this is nothing new for the Windsor Express, who rotate the basketball better than anybody in the NBL. But the number 2 team is the London Lightning, so they're no strangers themselves to rotating the ball. And both teams great passers, which leads to exciting, offense and a lot of team play.
15-11, coming out of the first time out of the game, just after the midway point of the first quarter, 5:50 to go.
Windsor doing a great job on the glass early. They have 6 defensive rebounds to London's 3, and that's a stat they got. Coach Jones has got to love.
Absolutely. Coach Jones, if you missed it earlier, is back. Bill Jones on the bench for the Windsor Express. Tony is serving as an assistant. 10-10 after the first half of the season. Game 21. The man who was 96 and 56 behind the bench of the Windsor Express gets his first crack of the season.
And a 2-time champ. Let's not forget about that.
Nick O'Corey driving, cannot score. Theo Davis, one more rebound for him. Shaq Keith spots up for 3, leaves it off the front rim, chasing it down. Tony Bennett and Stephen Maxwell goes off of Bennett. And it will be London basketball. Entering the game, Ryan Anderson, former Windsor Express player. Number 44.
True triple threat.
Oh, absolutely. I remember one game last season, he was on quadruple double alert because of steals and assists, rebounds, and points. It was pretty amazing to see because he had 7 steals in the game. Hakeem Wright can't knock down the 3. Shaq Keith soars in and grabs that rebound.
London Lightning 1 of 5 from 3-point land to open this game.
Brandon Robinson at the top of the key, 3-pointer. We're going to say that Theo Davis is going to be called for a block or an illegal screen.
Alex Superman Johnson checking in for the Windsor Express.
Had a good chance to talk to him after the win over Orangeville last week.
And he's a great backup point guard for the Windsor Express. I mean,
former starter in the league.
If he's your guy, right? Yeah.
Former starting guard in St. John and in Mississauga after being drafted first overall 2 years ago.
And when a guy's a former starter and he's got to step into a bench role, there's maturity there when they accept that and put in great minutes anyway. So kudos to that man's attitude.
Warren Ward knocks down his second 3 of the game. Trims the deficit to 1 point. Jolly Rudolph sitting down at the scorer's table, but to step in for his first action at the WFCU Center.
London fouls number 10, Warren Ward, his first personal, team first.
15-14. Jolly checks in. Welcome to Windsor, big fella. He is a big fella indeed.
Oh boy.
6'10", 275 pounds. A CIS basketball product, playing in Quebec at UQAM. So, Canadian basketball product there. Tony Bennett for 3. Yes.
Some great floor spacing there by the Windsor Express, who found the open man, Mr. 40+. Great start here for the Express, minus the 6 turnovers. But 18-14, I'll take him.
Alex Johnson's active hands knocks that ball out of bounds. It'll be Windsor basketball. Looking at some recent stats, Tony Bennett cracked the top 10 in all-league scoring recently. And that's And that doesn't show how his phenomenal passing ability. Warren Ward scores off the glass. Beautiful drive there. No one home for the Windsor Express. Makes this game 18-16 with less than 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. You're listening to Brett Hedges and Kobe K on Knoxstrom.tv. Thank you for joining us. Alex Johnson in the middle of the key. Can't get it to fall. Jolly tried to get the rebound, but it goes into the hands of Maxwell. Maxwell kicks it out into the corner. Patterson recently checked into the game. Akeem Wright with an O board. He's going to soak up a foul and go to the free throw line. Akeem Wright had the good position on that shot. Patterson missed, but it went right to Akeem Wright. Going to the free throw line for 2. So this is the 7th meeting between the clubs this season. Sorry, 6th. Can't get my stats right today.
Akeem Wright averaging almost 14 points a game to go along with 5.86 rebounds. Almost 4 assists. Great production out of the front court from that man.
Checking in, Marcus Capers, number 34. Chad Postumus, number 20.
He was fantastic at the Class of the Coliseum.
Yeah, big man doing work. A lot of tip-ins and cleaning up the dirty work. Brandon Robinson in transition. Kicks it back to Tony Bennett. He skips it in the corner to Commons. He rises and shoots. Can't get it to fall. Warren Ward soars in and snatches away that rebound. He's having himself a good first quarter. Warren Ward rocking the long sleeves. Postumus. Good footwork inside, but he can't finish.
Shaking the rust off. 12-7 on the year. Gives you some great minutes off the bench.
Big guy, too. Big body. And if you're going in the paint, he's making sure that you're... he's putting a body on you at least, using up those 6 fouls. Jolly passes to Johnson. He scoops and scores.
On the lean. But you see the size that Jolly brings. It really helps, neutralize the size of a guy like Postumus. So it really gives the Express a...
Turnover. Alex Johnson in transition. Leaves it for Jolly. It's good. Off the glass. Welcome to your first basket at the WFCU Center.
You heard us talking about him.
Scorer's table sounded the timeout buzzer, but Warren Ward misses the long shot. 2 Express players coming in on the next whistle. Brandon Robinson fakes the shot. Step back jumper. Ooh.
And Alex Superman Johnson with a beautiful assist on that play. Almost dropped the ball on a dime.
Windsor Express lead 24-17. Timeout called by Kyle Julius and the London Lightning. And a good time to do that as well. The Windsor Express train is beginning to start rolling.
And welcome back, Bill Jones. There is a certain energy in this building right now. Place is a buzzing.
It's doing good.
I think this is just a better team with that man at the helm. And we know Tony Jones did a fantastic job. But now we got the best of both worlds.
Absolutely. It's a busy night here at the WFCU Center. We've got ourselves a local band from St. Gabriel rocking out and providing some ambiance.
And Windsor starting this game 10 of 14 from the field for 71%. How you like them apples?
I love it.
London 6 for 19 for 31%, but they didn't win 16 games in the 2015-16 season thus far for nothing. So we know this is a team that can really get it going. Very deep, very balanced, well coached.
Very deep. Absolutely.
These 5 players in double digits, I believe. I mean, they do it all.
Very good. Very solid basketball players. Should be interesting to see how the playoffs go.
And great fans.
Oh, phenomenal fans.
Put
got
out
a group there.
6 and 7 stacks per game at times.
Yep. They travel well. We see a group of London Lightning fans in the area.
This has always been a great rivalry in the league, and they're neighbors to Windsor, and they've always put on great games. So,
yep. And of course, All 4 league championships have gone through these two clubs.
2 and 2.
London was on their tried to get a three-peat going, but they ran into the Windsor Express in the conference final. Windsor outlasted them in a 7-game series, and that was phenomenal to watch. Ryan Anderson misses the 3. Rudolph with the rebound.
Postumus got away with a bit of a moving screen there.
So already in his short time with the Express, on the floor, Rudolph, see, the broadcaster's curse. He's got an assist, a basket, a foul, 2 fouls. So he's touching the stat sheet in all areas, so that's good to see.
Instant impact.
Instant impact, exactly. Nico Corey crossing over on Alex Johnson. Stops at the elbow, gives a behind-the-back pass to Marcus Capers, and Chad Postumus going to be called for 3 seconds in the key.
We'll take the turnover. Windsor already with 10 collective team assists thus far. They're about 25 per game, so maybe set to surpass that average.
These 2 teams will meet at the WFCU Center on March 3rd. Rudolph in tight, and finally drops. And there's the big man.
Around the toilet bowl. But what a beautiful pass by Shaquille Keith, really showing off that versatility. And Rudolph.
In Thursday's game, he had 10 points and a game-high 9 rebounds. Ryan Anderson for 3, no good. Tipped up and grabbed by Alex Johnson. So you know he can. He was very close to a double-double in his first performance, so you know he's got the skill.
He looks comfortable, that's for sure, and that's always important.
Bercelli and Rudolph in the game, so there's a whole lot of size on the floor for the Express right now, but there's a carrying violation as Jamal McQueen checks into the game.
And 9 collective turnovers for the Windsor Express. They really need to bring that number down, as the London Lightning have 7 points off turnovers already.
And a 9-point lead. 7 points off those turnovers. Like you said, Kobe, been a big, oh my goodness. Capers, over to Shaquille Keith. Rudolph there, 6 points for the big man.
Cleaning up on the glass, doing the dirty work.
Oh, Anderson with a humongous 3.
He's a sniper. That could have just as well dropped.
Almost knocked it down, just clipped the front rim. The Windsor Express will take it 28-17 after the opening quarter. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with more Windsor Express basketball on Knockstrom.tv.
Do you love me?
Of course I love you. Hey, guess what? I got a job interview tomorrow.
Hunter, you're not listening. How do you know that my love for you is real? Is any of this real?
You have delusional psychosis.
Look, you're now working for a powerful drug cartel.
I want to get out of here and move on. I'm stuck in this. Sometimes love can blind people from reality.
Welcome back to the WFCU Center, ladies and gentlemen. Brett Hedges and Kobe K here with you, taking you on this ride through another chapter of NBL Canada history between the London Lightning and the Windsor Express. Kobe, tell us your thoughts on the opening frame.
Windsor's been fantastic on both sides of the ball, holding the London Lightning to 6 of 22 from the field, 2 of 11 from downtown, and we know they've struggled with three-point defense this far, so some of the London Lightning shots not falling, some of them being tightly contested. Windsor 12 of 17 from the field opening the first quarter, shooting 70%, 4 of 7 from downtown for 57%. Played great basketball, 11 total team assists. So this team is flying high right now with Coach Bill Jones back to the helm. Just the turnovers, like I said, 9 turnovers for Windsor. That's something that they definitely have to watch here in the final 3 quarters. London got double-digit scoring out of Warren Ward with 10 points, 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown. Beautiful. Stats and facts brought to you by Kobe K. Give him a follow on Twitter at Kobe519. Nico Corey takes a handoff from Stephen Maxwell. Drives, puts up a teardrop, can't get it to fall. Bodies everywhere. Akeem Wright with the basketball, blocked from behind. I believe that was Theo Davis. What a defensive play. Windsor limiting the Lightning 2 to 6 points in the paint through the first quarter. Nothing easy. And another foul going to be called on Akeem Wright. It's on the floor. But inbound's going to be on the far side of the court. Folks, make sure to subscribe to the NBL Canada YouTube channel to see the latest that we're putting out. NBL Canada podcast goes down Monday night. We will be shooting once again our 3rd installment. Beautiful pass inside. Yep, Nico Corey shoves Chris Commons down low. Tony Bennett had the open look, but unselfishly finds a teammate down low. Ever since he's been put back at that the true point guard spot, he's just been passing the ball. He's been given the green light, basically, to make anything happen, and he's been doing a great job for the Express. Double-digit assists almost every game. So Alex Johnson found Stephen Maxwell cutting. Sorry, tried to get to Theo Davis, but was cut off by Stephen Maxwell. Nico Corey in transition, bumps into Tony Bennett, and scores to make it 28-19, just over a minute into the second quarter here at the WFCU Center. That was a fantastic set of plays by the London Lightning there, which started on the defensive end. Whole lot of hustle being showed by London at all times. So either leading the league with a 16-4 record, 3 of those 4 losses to the Windsor Express. I just don't understand what went on there with Tony Bennett, who looked like he was planted firmly, but that's why we're up here. That's right, it's a tough job. Tough job. Alex Johnson receives the inbound pass, gets himself out of the phone booth. Commons at the top of the key, knocks it down from the elbow. Complete confidence by Chris Commons. He shoots with, like I said, supreme confidence. It's been going on all year, and good things are happening. Chris Commons had 22 points last night to lead the team to victory, 97-93 over Niagara. He's averaging 22 a game on the year. And when you look at the 2 guys that are ahead of him in the scoring race, all you can look at is the 2 top scorers in league history. So yeah, he's shooting 50% from the field, 37% from downtown, and 74% from the line. I mean, that's really efficient stuff out of number 24. Nico Corey gets it inside to Wright. He steps back. Chris Commons with the block. Another thing he's been doing all season long. Johnson got Mustafa Jones in the air. He rocks the cradle, goes to the rack, and scores off the glass. Second time he's finished on the left side with the right hand. Ryan Anderson turns the corner, kicks it out to O'Corey for 3. With a hand in his face, that was Alex Johnson providing the glue. Nico Corey starting the night 1 of 8, but we know he can heat up in a hurry.
Eric Frederick set to check into the game with Brandon Robinson on the next whistle. Beautiful pass inside. Theo Davis can't finish the slam. Beautiful pass from Tony Bennett inside. Theo Davis will go to the free throw line after the
London foul to number 44,
Ryan Anderson foul.
Yeah, Tony Bennett with some real court vision, finding the big man, camping out down low on the block, averaging almost 17 points per game. Speaking of Tony Bennett, unbelievable job he's done this year. Almost 7 assists, almost 2 steals, 1.94 a game.
Theo Davis knocks down the first.
Plays big ball for a man 6'1". All heart.
Jones crosses the timeline, lets it go right away. Early shot in the shot clock. Here come the Windsor Express. They're up 15. Eric Frederick for 3. No good. Anderson with the rebound. Ryan Anderson gets picked. Brandon Robinson over to Commons in transition. He evades a defender and scores, prompting another timeout call by Kyle Julius.
Very athletic and intelligent play there by all 3 men. Chris Commons able to really make a transition there, was able to only really take 1 step to put himself in a position to finish that layup.
Windsor up 36-19 over the London Lightning.
And still shooting 70% from the field. 4 of 8 from downtown, 2 of 2 from the line. You know, this is a team that's sort of struggled offensively throughout this course of this season, but tonight they really got it going.
Folks, make sure to check in at halftime for Aaron Sanders' report from what's going on around the league and in the game. And in the second half, we'll have Aaron Sanders doing the play-by-play with Kobe K. Get him some experiences and get this broadcast groomed for the playoffs. We're excited about everything going down here, and we're excited about the team that we're building here at Knoxstrom.
That's it. We work together. We have some great young additions to the squad. But just so you know, I will never cheat on you.
That's good.
It's a one-night stand.
Windsor up 36-19 over the London Lightning. Kobe, who's our lead scorer right now?
For the Windsor Express, it is Brandon Robinson, 9 points, 4 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from downtown, also has 2 rebounds and an assist. Shaquille Keith, 6 points, 2 of 4 from the field. Rudolph Jolly, 6 points. The newcomer is perfect from the field, 3 of 3. Chris Commons, 6 points. Theo Davis has chipped in 2. Tony Bennett has 3. So really a collective team effort thus far on the scoreboard. Big part of why they have 36 points. And they've done this despite having 10 turnovers. So it's been a great start for the Windsor Express. But you could never sleep on this London team because they are electric and much better than 2 of 13 from downtown as how they've started.
Yeah, I'm sure that timeout by Kyle Julius was not, didn't have too many nice words in it. They're down by 17 points, only 19 points so far in the half. Kobe, pretty uncharacteristic. Akeem Wright dished it over to Ryan Anderson. He knocks down a 3, and that's exactly what that man can give you.
Yeah,
some instant offense in a second.
Third collective three-pointer by the team, and like we said, they've scored more than any other team in the league so far this season.
Frederick spins in the lane, can't get it to fall, grabs his own rebound, gives it over to Robinson, kicks into the corner for Bennett.
Money.
Oh no, dead line, but he fell just a bit short. Okori in transition, leaves it for Maxwell, and they're going to call a block on Tony Bennett.
Windsor just can't draw any offensive charges tonight.
They will call that on Brandon Robinson, not Tony Bennett. So, Stephen Maxwell to the free throw line for 2. His team down 14 points, 36-22.
That's 2 fouls now on Brandon Robinson.
And if there's one guy that can really give you some energy plays, it's Stephen Maxwell. This guy has been on fire this year, playing at a really high level.
Yeah, like we said, they've been 18 and 12. Really getting it done in the front court. Real compliment to the Nick Okori when you've got that point guard power forward combo.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're dangerous.
Only a matter of time now before we see... Oh, Tony Bennett scoops. No, he cannot score. And there's Maxwell right there, soaring and grabbing the ball away, going up against Chris Commons there. He wins that battle. Anderson for 3. No good. Maxwell going to be called for pushing off on the rebound.
Which is a shame because he would have had the offensive board, another area where London has excelled this season.
Theo Davis checks out. Rudolph checks in.
And Windsor 20-11 leading the rebound battle. But the London Lightning with 5 offensive rebounds. And then the London Lightning only have 3 second chance points, so Windsor's really got to be careful there.
Commons out to Brandon Robinson for 3. He dials it up, no good. Maxwell grabs the loose ball. Over the timeline is Warren Ward. In the corner, Nick Okori left wide open. He can't knock it down. Tony Bennett grabs that rebound.
Curry 1 of 10 from the field, really struggling.
Don't go to sleep on that man, though.
Oh, no way. He's electric. I absolutely love that man's game.
Electric for the London Lightning. I like it.
And they've had some looks tonight. Things just aren't falling.
Step back 3. Brandon Robinson, no good. Tip ball up. Frederick with the O board. He goes up. Rudolph can't get it on the second chance. So the 2 new big men for the Windsor Express being given some time here. Nice swipe there. Brandon Robinson with a steal. He leads the league, by the way. Or did. Chris Commons to the rack, can't get it to fall, but he is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
London fouls number 44.
And that sucks a little bit of life out of the London Lightning, who made a real push there in transition to score a basket, had the ball stripped, and now Windsor on the free throw line. That can be a little bit exhausting.
Yeah, if they had scored that bucket, it would have been within 11 midway through the frame. Now they're going the other way, and Windsor's got a chance to make it 15.
And we've said it. You've said it many times. Basketball is a game of runs, and momentum is one of the intangibles that people forget about. And it only takes one big bucket, and then the momentum's gone, and teams go on big runs.
Chris Commons rattled the first one off the iron, knocked down the second, make it a 14-point lead for Windsor. Nick Okori working against Alex Johnson. Those are 2 great guards going at it. When I spoke with Chris Commons a few weeks ago, we were talking about the state of the league and how much parity there is in this league. And he said to me, he's like, this league is made up of really good big men.
Yep.
But it's your guards that are going to make the difference for you.
Absolutely.
And Nick Okori can't score there. Looking for a call. Tony Bennett scores on the other end.
And we'll go back to that comment real quick. When you look at the 2 backcourts in Windsor throughout the 2 years they won the championship,
Stephen Maxwell
speaks
and
for itself.
There's one of those plays that we talked about, one of those energy plays, those big plays that can suck the momentum out of the Windsor Express. Yes, the 2 championship seasons had some really good guard play. Steph Bonneau and Darren Duncan the 1 year, and
last year Gibson and Bennett. When you look at the defense out of the backcourt and the passing, it helped them win a second title.
Absolutely. But London's got some guards too that can get it done. It should be interesting to see how it goes. Playoffs start at the end of April. Tune in. Maxwell steps in the passing lane there, grabs a steal. Akeem Wright. Beautiful dunk right there. That big man showed why he's as highly touted as he is, Akeem Wright.
And off of Windsor turnover, that was just absolutely filthy.
Yeah, I apologize for the high-pitched squeal there. Bennett for 3. He can't knock it down. Jolly tips it up. Loose ball. Chris Commons grips the 50-51. And Nick Okori's going to grab another foul.
And we talk about Windsor struggling with the rebounds throughout the course of the 15-16 season, but they're up 25-13. And a big part of why is the effort on the 50-50 balls. They're not giving anything away, and we just seen it right there.
Chris Commons going back to the free throw line. His team up 11 points, 5:09 remaining in the opening half.
Commons with 7 points, 3 assists, 2 boards, 3 or 4 from the field.
Not misses his second free throw of the game. This is a guy that last week against Orangeville scored 6 points in the first half. Then, and to open the second, knocked down 3 consecutive threes for the Windsor Express on his way to 26 second half points and a game high 32. So.
And he basically gives you a steal and a block along with all those other goodies.
Ryan Anderson passing it over to Maxwell. Beautiful screen and roll there. Gives the London Lightning 2 points and then making it a 10-point deficit.
Yeah, the long ball not working. They're now going into the paint now with 14 points in the paint.
Commons working his way into the key. Can't get it to fall. Yes, it does. Finally drops. You saw Jolly Rudolph there trying to judge whether it was going to fall out, whether to tip it in.
And look at the difference with the size in the paint. You just have somebody there to clean that stuff up or, you know, just to make some space.
Warren Ward gets double teamed, passes out of it. Nick O'Corey gives a head fake, swings into the corner to Anderson for 3. No good. Commons with the big board there. And Warren Ward going to be called for a foul on the rebound.
Let's hope Tony Bennett is okay. Maybe knocked the wind knocked out of him.
So Warren Ward going to be called for a foul. So, to my knowledge, unsporting foul. So that'll just be his second personal foul of the game. Tony Bennett will shake it off, go to the free throw line for a pair, I believe. Yeah, and possession, whether it's 1 or 2 points.
He might be the toughest guy on the team.
I agree. He's very tough.
He's nails that dude.
I believe during a 3-game and 3-night stretch earlier in the season, I saw him post on Instagram that he was filling up a bathtub full of ice, and he hashtagged because I'm not 21 anymore.
5 points, 5 assists, and 3 boards to start this one.
Missed the first free throw. Windsor up 13 points. With 4:20 remaining in the second Q. Tony Bennett misses both. Windsor will retain possession.
Might be a little affected from the fall.
Hey, never seems like Tony Bennett goes down easy. He always seems like he's being forcefully pushed down there or hit with a large shoulder or what have you. He's an Iron Man, though. Well, we know last year that he sprained his ankle in the middle of a series and then put a walking boot on before they went out east.
That's right, yeah.
Tony Bennett can't score inside. Theo Davis tips it up on the rebound. Bennett gets it back and scores.
And look at the difference with the size in the paint once again.
Yep, Theo Davis finally getting healthy after spending a number of weeks on the IR. Really giving the Windsor some length. Patterson in the key, can't knock it down. Johnson. Lead pass to Bennett. And it is out of Bennett's reach.
Maybe if he was 21, he would have caught that ball.
A little bit of missed timing on the pass from Johnson. And Bill Jones has his palms open at Johnson. Say why? He could have used a dribble or two and had a clear-cut pass for a basket, but there it is.
Point guard mentality, pass that ball.
Yep. Akeem right top of the key, gets a screen. No, he slips it. Oh, he goes up and slams it, but there was a foul called on the floor before. Chris Commons going to be called for reaching in. Took a shoulder to the mouth, though, on that drive.
Akeem Wright, what a beast.
Another person who's a warrior, Chris Commons. Remember, I believe, over the past few years, he's played with broken noses.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I hate to see what their hands are like at the end of year 2. Beautiful dunk right there from Marcus Capers. He's got springs.
It was the pass that just had me in awe. Stephen Maxwell.
Just throwing it down. Now that's just a 12-point lead for the Windsor Express, but a lead nonetheless.
Well, London's really starting to pick it up, and they're doing it inside the paint now with 16 in that area. And not really working for downtown, 5 of 17. They're 12 of 40 collectively for 30%, but they're finding a way to score, and that's what the important thing is.
Yeah, 2 days ago, the Windsor Express were down 21 points at halftime and then stormed back to outscore the Lightning by 15 to cut it close. maybe the second half is London's half.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now what saved the London Lightning, and that's points off turnovers. It's now 13 because Windsor has 12 turnovers. So if you take away those 13 points, there's a much bigger lead. So it sort of spoils a little bit the hot start. But like you said, still with the 12-point lead and lots of basketball left to play.
Absolutely. Both teams will be shortly getting back on the floor out of the timeout called by Windsor Express coach Bill Jones, back after serving the first half of the season.
Coltrane just did the stanky leg for all in attendance at the WFCU Center.
Thank you for watching us here on Knoxstrom.tv, folks. Brett Hedges and Kobe K on the mic.
Stanky leg. I don't exactly know what that is, but
maybe you could do a podcast about that.
The stanky leg?
Yes, do it on Kobe's Corner, your show.
I can't dance. Maybe if I've had 16 wobbly pops.
Yeah. Okay, back into game action now. Chris Commons inbounds it to Tony Bennett with a familiar face guarding him, Ryan Anderson. Teammates last year on Windsor's championship squad. Bennett into the corner for Robinson. Fakes, capers out of his shoes. Gets it back from Chris Commons. Can't get it to fall. Ryan Anderson lost it. Tyshawn Patterson can't save it from going out of bounds, and it'll be Windsor basketball. Good hustle play right there from Tony Bennett.
All effort. All effort for the Windsor Express, and that's why they came up with the basketball.
Tony Bennett inbounds it to Theo Davis. 2:45 to go here in the second quarter. Make sure to check out Aaron Sanders at halftime, folks. Be sure to find him on Twitter, too. He's a fun guy to follow. Foul inside, going to go against Akeem Wright, number 25. Chris Commons back to the free throw line, looking to secure double digits before halftime.
Chris Commons actually has 10 points, 4 or 5 from the field, 2 of 4 from the line, but a hot start, 3 assists and 3 boards to go along with those 11 points. Windsor with 7 different players scoring in the first half. That's a great number.
Commons knocks down the second free throw. Makes it back at 14. Windsor maintaining this double-digit lead through much of the first half. Tyshawn Patterson gets knocked down, gets back up. Stephen Maxwell gets blocked by Theo Davis, but the ball ends up in Patterson's hands. Rebound goes out of bounds off of Theo Davis, and then it'll be Windsor Express basketball. Oh, sorry, London basketball. Anderson gets it on the inbound, works inside, goes off glass, and good. We've seen that before. Crafty shooter, knows his angles.
He was looking for the foul, but he gets it by using the backboard.
Like I said, Ryan Anderson can hurt you in so many ways. Such a good team player. Had some ankle issues. Got signed by London midway through the year. Shaq Keith for 3, leaves it. Nope. Theo Davis for the rebound, can't do it. Tyshawn Patterson travels in transition.
And that is a direct result of interior defenders in the right place.
Another London turnover gives Windsor the basketball back with under 2 minutes to go. 1:43 to be exact. Here on Knoxstrom.tv. Alex Johnson over to Bennett. Commons in the low post, facing up, passes away, no. There's a foul on the play. I believe that foul is going to go against Ryan Anderson. Chris Commons going to go to the free throw line because London is in the penalty.
2 shots at the line, Chris Commons.
Lubisha Vercelli is going to check in for Commons after the free throw. Jamal McQueen set to check in as well. He is going in for Theo Davis. Jamal McQueen, a former University of Windsor Lancer, played under head coach Chris Oliver. Came into the league last year as a rookie, as well as former Windsor Lancer Josh Collins. Won a championship with the squad last year, saw some improvement. I spoke with him and he says he feels a lot stronger and a lot more confident. And he's played well in his time that he's been given. So it's good to see the CIS products getting a shot. You've got Taylor Black on the London Lightning, who is a McMaster Marauder. Played in Hamilton. Tony Bennett steals it from Ryan Anderson. Blocked by Anderson. Beautiful play. Good defender right there. Patterson. And there's Bennett once again. Getting his hands on it. And a traveling violation going to be called against Tyshawn. And Bennett loves it.
About 2 steals a game. Some of the best active hands in the league.
Almost got 2 steals on that possession.
What a leader.
Less than a minute to go here in the first half between the Windsor Express and London Lightning. Windsor Express going to call timeout, trying to extend their lead before the intermission.
And not hand over any momentum in the closing moments of the second quarter, because it's important that they do that.
Lead scorer in the game, Chris Commons with 13 points. Theo Davis coming in and ripping down 6 boards in the opening half. Good to see his contribution. And Windsor up 13 points despite 13 turnovers in the opening half.
Yeah. For London, it's been Warren Ward. He had 2 fouls. We know he had to sit down. Stephen Maxwell with 10 points, but nobody else has really gotten it going. They're 13 of 42 from the field for 30%, and 3 of 17 from downtown for 17%. So both of those numbers, typically on any given night for the London Lightning, are a lot better. So expect to see the adjustments in the second half.
Should be interesting to see what the Windsor Express do out of this timeout. They always get some pretty good looks out of timeouts.
Well, I think that the offense gets a boost with Tony Jones back, and with Bill Jones back, and that's an area where they struggled. And like I said earlier, holding teams to under 100 points per game, it was on the offensive end that they've struggled. So this could be a major turnaround.
And if you look at the Windsor Express bench, both Jones brothers giving out instructions, and I spoke with both of them before, and I asked Tony, I said, so 2 Jones are better than 1? He said, absolutely.
Fantastic team. And that's exactly what it is, a collective team effort.
And now Tony just adds to an impressive group of assistant coaches already, and some great assistant coaches that we've had over the years. So former player Eric Parker joining the assistant staff, joining Alexa Page, Aaron McDonald, and Scott Newman. Now Tony Jones as well. Nick O'Corey on the far sideline. Defended by Shaq Keith. Stops, pops, get it set to fall. Beautiful shot from Nick O'Corey.
It's only his second made field goal of the game, but a big one.
Absolutely. Gets his London Lightning squad within 11. 10 seconds to go in the half. Bennett enters the 3-point line, gets fouled, and will go to the free throw line.
And a good way to close the quarter, should he be successful. Dropping both. Kind of slowing things down and not allowing London to, maybe get the ball back in a quick shot or whatever could have happened.
Warren Ward, also a CIS product. Sorry, I didn't mention that earlier. Coming out of Ottawa. Yep, Taylor Black, the London Lightning. CIS grad, Jamal McQueen. Now you got Jolly Rudolph in this game as well. Nick O'Corey runs into Tony Bennett, and Bennett's going to pick up a quickie before the halftime break.
He's going to need that ice bath after this game. He's been on his butt
Eric Frederick.
Times.
Eric Frederick going to check in for the Express. Get Bennett out of the game.
Tony Bennett wasn't off the floor yet, and Windsor was making a substitution, so they had to blow the whistle a couple times. 3 seconds left. Windsor up by 12. Inbounded, letting it go out of bounds. No one touched it, so Windsor will get the ball from the inbound spot that Akeem Wright is looking at. So Windsor will have one last crack at the can here in the first half.
And the roof will come off this place should they be able to convert from long.
And the plot thickens. Shakeith can't get the shot off. Akeem Wright there providing defense there, and that's how the first half will end. Windsor up 12 points, 48-36, due to a lot of turnovers from London in the opening half. We're going to go see Aaron Sanders for the halftime show. Enjoy the second half, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you soon with Windsor Express Basketball on Knoxstrom.tv. Monday.
Test. Multicultural Heritage Night here at the WFCU Center, and those who are coming out to witness the first time of a Windsor Express game or just regular fans are having a good time, and why not? The Windsor Express are up by 12, 48-36. The Knoxstrom halftime starts now. Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans out there, Aaron Sanders bringing it to you. First half has been stellar on both teams, but Windsor has been pulling off a rough edge. A great edge. They went out on a 5-0 run to start the first quarter to get things all cracking and rolling. They've been using space, great spacing on their offense. They've been able to move the ball around more frequently as they used to back in the previous games. That really got them to a great offensive game. That's the reason why they're leading right now. And let's talk about a little bit about the new acquisition earlier in this week. His name is Rudolph Jolly. Rudolph Jolly, 6'10", 275 pounds. He comes from Quebec, and this guy is known by using the space inside the post and never hesitating to go inside and take a charge, get those buckets, and knock them down. And the Windsor Express, they're also driving well. You know, London couldn't pick that up at times, which is how London got those plenty of mistakes. And Windsor really picked up on the transition game, and we seen in the last few minutes before the half ended, great master lock defense on Windsor, taking advantage of the loose balls, making sure that everybody is at their spaces, and that is 48-36 in favor of the Windsor Express over the London Lightning. I will talk to you a little bit about what has transpired here, the last home game about Orangeville. Most of you know Kirk Williams Jr. isn't playing. He has a 3-game suspension. He'll be back to play against Orangeville next week. But here's what went down. There was a little bit of physicality in action. People between Flenard Whitfield and Kirk Williams Jr. A little bit of contact during the box out. Kirk Williams Jr., as a result, played instigator. That's why he was suspended for 3 games. For Flenard Whitfield, he tried his best to stay away from that little tussle right there. That's why he only got 1 game suspension, so he's out there playing. Kirk Williams Jr. will be back, like I said, against Orangeville sometime next week. Before we go to a break, we're going to break down the standings of where we're at right now in the league, because we only have one game right here, and you guys are watching it right here on Knoxstrom.tv. For the Atlantic Division, the Halifax Hurricanes remain the cream of the crop with a 13-5 record. The St. John Millrats getting up there 12-6. Moncton Miracles, they had a new coach along the way, and they are rising up to the occasion. The 8-11 record, but they are rising up, as I said, and the Island Storm at last with a 7-14 record. Now the Central Division, we see two of the top of the division playing here right now. The London Lightning at a 16-4 record. The Windsor Express, they're at the 500 mark, and even 10 wins, 10 loss record. The Orangeville A's 5-12, and finally the Niagara River Lions 5-14. We'll pause right here, talk to you about how the Express fared out in this week, right after this commercial timeout. You're watching the Knoxstrom Halftime. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Knoxstrom halftime. The Windsor Express leading 48-36 over the league-leading London Lightning. Aaron Sanders with you once again. Now, the Windsor Express are a part of a back-to-back-to-back series, and it's been a struggle lately, but the way you see these guys play this past week, it's no struggle. At first, they played Thursday at London. They lost a tough one, 104-98, and despite a tough fourth-quarter comeback and being down by as much as 21 at the intermission, it wasn't enough. Brandon Robinson had a great game, 24 points, 8 rebounds. That's how they fared against London. And then Friday night, last night, they were at Niagara, and it was a tough win, but a great victory nonetheless. They played against the Niagara River Lions, winning it 97-93. It was a great game to win, so now they are split 1-1 as they play here tonight as a final game of a 3-game straight right here against the London Lightning. Now let's take a little moment back to talk about what happened in the last few weeks between these two teams. Now, first you had the clash of the Coliseum where the Windsor Express outdid the Lightning in a great game, which I thought was a resurgence of the back-to-back championship team. And now, remember, the Windsor Express have won 2 of their last 3 games against London. They have won 4 of their last 6 games overall, and they're at a 10-10 record. Quickly, we'll go to the NBLC Player of the Week, and it belongs to one, Kyle Hutt. 6'10" center from the University of Science and Arts in Oklahoma, plays for the Halifax Hurricanes, 20 points per game. And, you know, I believe his offense is similar to Logan Stutz. This is a guy that does not hesitate when he's at the post. He drives with smooth, great tenacity. He goes right there, scores the buckets, no hesitations. And believe me, this is the second time a center has received Player of the Week honors this season. Now we'll go over the tips of the second half. For the Windsor Express, they're having a great breakout game so far. The ball movement's there, ball handling's right there. Their efficiency on the offense is going up. For the defense, they cannot dwindle down at this moment. Even though the slate is clean slate at 0-0 when we start the second half, you got to keep up that great momentum that Windsor has been playing so far. For London, they really have to step it up on the defense because Windsor is putting up great mid-range shots and great shots outside, and that's why they are faring at a 12-point deficit. But however, the Windsor Express are leading 48-36. When we return for the second half, I'll be giving you the play-by-play call with Mitch Kobe K, so stick around, folks, and enjoy this intermission. Remember, Multicultural Heritage Night here at the WFCU Center, and the fans are sure getting their money's worth. You folks at home are getting your online internet worth right here, so stick around. We'll be back following a commercial timeout. You've been watching the Knoxstrom Halftime.
Do you love me?
Of course I love you. Hey, guess what? I got a job interview tomorrow.
Hunter, You're not listening. How do you know that my love for you is real? Is any of this real?
You have delusional psychosis.
Look, you're now working for a powerful drug cartel.
I want to get out of here and move on. I'm stuck in this.
Sometimes love can blind people from reality.
At the WFCU Center, we return now for the second half of this great ball game between the Windsor Express and the London Lightning. The Express are up by 12, 48-36. Aaron Sanders with you, the play-by-play for the second half. Always with Mitch, Kobe K. And Mitch, your thoughts on the first half as we begin here?
Well, Windsor had a very hot start in the return of Bill Jones. We're able to score the basketball sometimes at will. There were a lot of turnovers, but so many good things that happened throughout the course of those 2 quarters, which included shooting 18 of 37 from the field, 48%, and then we see with the addition of Rudolph Jolly in the paint providing some real size helped, and then Theo Davis started out the game at center. And that little bit of extra length and size in the paint is paying big dividends. Well, London came on in the second quarter a little bit and they found a way to score in the paint, scoring 16 points. They also have 13 points off turnovers. So I expect a much more focused London Lightning team in the second half.
Well, I agree with you on that. You mentioned Rudolph Jolly. He was somebody the Express acquired earlier this week, and from what I've seen, the guy's from Quebec, but he is non-hesitant when he's down at the post. I mean, no hesitation at all. He has a great drive into him. He finishes well, and, you know, that's the type of depth that the Express roster needs the most as they go on to the second half of this season. And speaking of the second half, we start right here with Tony Bennett getting the inbounds pass. Bennett gets the ball back from Robinson, who skips to Commons. Commons to Keith. Back to Commons. Here's Bennett. Stops, pops. No shot for the 3. Little acrobatics right there, but Keith gets the rebound. Commons back to Bennett.
That's 7 offensive rebounds for the Windsor Express.
Skip pass to Commons. Commons to Davis. Davis hesitates once, but the rest will call travel on that. We go the other way.
You gotta love the passing there by the Windsor Express. We've probably seen almost 10 total passes on that possession, including prior to the offensive rebound, rotating the ball well.
Well, it's a great ball movement, and that's part of the resurgence of this Windsor Express team. Anyway, back to the action, and we see a great 3 knocked down by Warren Ward to kick off the third quarter.
13 points for Warren Ward.
We on the way off the mark, and we have a rebound.
So here you see a much more focused London Lightning team in the second half. It's already showing.
This is resurgence, especially when you start the second half. The slate is clean wiped at 0-0. Anything can happen right here as we see Maxwell try to get in there, and you could count the basket.
So the London Lightning create a turnover, and now with the 3-point play, so a great start for Kyle Julius's team, who is only down by 7 points.
Compared to the half, when it was all double digits, but now we're seeing the type of game that we're accustomed to when it comes to London. A tough game in the second half. Can they finish off strong? We're going to see as we see the Express get the ball back. Here's Robinson. He thought about the 3, goes inside, kicks it to Commons. Commons at the top, and now he skips it to Bennett. Bennett goes to the right, drives right, stopped right there. Now he has to go back to the top. Instead goes inside the Commons. Commons, a little spin move right there, a little how do you do, step back, jump hook, and it's good. What a diaper dandy right there by Chris, the House of Commons.
Beautiful roll of the shoulder, finishing with the soft hook. Patented Chris Commons.
A common jump hook. Here's Nick O'Corey, or as most fans call Nick O'Scory, who commits a foul right there. The Express gets the ball back.
It's funny because that wasn't working for the Express in the first half, who couldn't draw one charge.
Better believe it. Now the Express is going to try to stop London's run right here early on. Not even 2 minutes inside the third quarter, rather. Bennett has the ball. Bennett skips it back to Commons. Commons, mid-range shot, it's good.
Splash, number 24.
We usually see Chris Commons get all fired up in the second halves, and this game is no exception. 10 minutes to go right here. Big 3, no good for Akeem Wright. Rebound by the Express. We see a little grab right there by Marcus Capers. He'll be pinned with the foul.
And that stopped 4 white jerseys from transitioning into a play that may have likely resulted in a basket. So maybe a good foul for the London Lightning to slow things down.
Absolutely. The tempo the Express have been playing lately has been phenomenal. London needs a bit of that juice to get back in this game as they are within 10. Bennett drives inside, goes back. Skips it to Commons, he lost control of it. London will get the ball back with 9:41 to go here in the third.
And that is 15 turnovers for the Windsor Express. The London Lightning with 16 points off those turnovers. That is how they've stayed in this game. And now 10-point lead.
Now they're gaining the upper edge here as we start the second half. Here is Black driving all the way, instead kicks it to Akeem Wright. That couldn't go for him as the Express get the ball back. Here's B-Rob. He puts it up, and a little tap dancer won't go for him. Rebound by the Lightning. Black gets it back. Warren Ward, my mistake. Here's Ward, tries to drive to the left. Now gives it to Wright. Wright fakes left. Now at the right wing, guarded by Keith. Now he drives inside. And you have a foul right here.
Express fouls number 22, Shaquille Keith.
London Lightning 6 of 8 from the free throw line for 75%. So this is an area where they've found some success so far in this game. Look for them to continue to go back to the charity stripe to chip away at this lead.
And that's one of the ways to get back in the game, too. Maybe if your mid-range shots are off, try to create that contact and you try to drive. Don't be afraid to do it as we see the first free throw go in. And free throws most of the time could be a crucial element to the closing of the game.
Absolutely. Now this London Lightning team has scored more three-point baskets than any other squad in the NBL. They're 4 of 20 right now for 20%. So points in the paint, that's an area where they can really chip into this thing. And then, of course, what we just talked about, the free throws.
Absolutely. Bennett gets it up top. He is guarded by O'Corey. Now he skips it to B-Rob. Brandon Robinson. He goes inside to the left. Instead, pops it inside. Good reverse outside by Keith. Couldn't get it to go, but he gets his rebound. Low fight right there. Low contact. Keith, third time's a charm. It will not go, but he will go to the line to shoot too.
And how can you not love Shaquille Keith's effort there at the rack?
London fouls number 21, Stephen Maxwell.
Brett and I were talking about these 50-50 balls, Aaron, and how important they are. Windsor wins this one as they'll get to the free throw line again.
Well, you have to admire a big guy of his stature to go in there and never be afraid to take those options to drive inside. I mean, for a guy in his position, that's what you have to do. You have to drive in there and hopefully be able to make those easy buckets, as we see Shaq Keith connect on one of 2 free throws.
He looks bigger than 6'5", 190, but he can shoot the long ball or he can take it to the rack, a real dual threat.
No problem. Something the Express needs as they are leading by 9. London gets the ball back. Little physicality right there from Maxwell as London gets it back by you-know-who. And we get a foul on the floor.
Express fouls number 15, Brandon Robinson.
So London will inbound the ball on the side. Barely reaching the timeline as we see Wright will make the inbound. Capers and Brandon Robinson will guard him. Gives it to Nick O'Corey. O'Corey drives to his right. Stops, pops, no shot. Rebound by Chris Commons. As we see B-Rob conducting a play right here. Skips it to Bennett. Bennett tried to drive, and we're going to have a foul by Marcus Capers.
Playing Bennett tight with the on-ball defense. Referee didn't like it.
Especially if Tony Bennett is one of the most pesky guys in the NBLC. His defense is right there. It's what I call a master lock defense. And when you give him the ball, he can either make key assists or fire a shot at his own will.
9.7 dimes for, as I like to call him, Mr. Fourth Quarter or Mr. 40+.
Or you can call him Mr. Sweet String Music when it applies in the moment. We have another foul here. 7:44 to go here in the third quarter. The Express lead the London Lightning 53-44. As we see Theo Davis sign out. And we see the return on the court of the recent acquisition, Rudolph Joly. 6'10", 275 pounds from Quebec. really making his presence known, most importantly in the first half, Kobe.
Yeah, we've seen he and Theo Davis sort of interchange moments and minutes on the court, and it's really given them that additional size.
Absolutely. As we see the size not being applied to Stephen Maxwell with the jump hook, and the London Lightning keep on eating up this lead.
Yep, 50 points now for Stephen Maxwell.
Bennett skips it to Keith. That's Shacky Keith. At the top, he drives, a little crossover, goes inside to the hoop. He gets fouled, and no basket, but he'll return to the charity stripe.
Didn't get the friendly roll there, but he'll take the 2 free throws. Shaq Keith, 7 points, 5 boards, but 2 of 4 from downtown.
Shaq Keith's first free throw is good. Took a little minute there for the ball to make its decision to go in the hoop, but it went in nonetheless. And the second free throw is like the first. As we see a drive right here by Capers. Capers restarts at the top, tries to drive right, but Chris Combs is there to block him, and here's Stephen Maxwell. Maxwell at the wide wing. Skips it to Keem Wright. Wright tries to drive. They had the steal right there by Robinson. Here comes the Express with numbers. Here's Bennett. He lost control right there, but gives it up to Commons, who puts it up and in.
And that all started on the defensive end with the active hands. How many times have we seen the Windsor Express do that?
Plenty of times. A great transition game the Express has been playing so far. Nick O'Corey's shot was a heartbreaker. Couldn't get that to go, but London gets the ball back.
What a play by O'Corey to keep that thing alive.
It's all what it matters the most right there. Keeping the possession. Make sure you get those buckets at every end of the court. Secondary lost control of the ball there. Here's Wright. He puts it up for a 3. Sweet Denise. What a 3.
And now in lead down below double digits. The London Lightning absolutely going nowhere. Or should I say aren't going anywhere.
Keith's layup is a no-go. London gets the ball back. Warren Ward inside. What a beauty. A beauty right there. Stephen Maxwell once again.
That was one of the quickest and sharpest turns I've ever seen. Off the high glass.
No question about it.
The 18 and 12 big man getting it done for the London Lightning. 17.7 boards, Stephen Maxwell.
That's what's going on London's side, and on Windsor's side, Tony Bennett thought he was shoved right there at the baseline, but the refs saw the whole story. He wasn't going to have any of it, so he walked on his own terms, and London will get the ball back following this timeout. We have a timeout on the floor here. Windsor Express are up 6, 57-51. We'll return right here. You are watching the Windsor Express on Knockstrom.tv.
To do so, we have Jim Creighton of CHWI TV, and he's going to pull tonight's lucky winner.
Aaron, Mitch, just say happy birthday to Teresa Batista. It's her birthday today.
Happy birthday, many more.
Here from the Knockstrom.tv crew.
And why not? Coming out this timeout, the Express are up 6. Rebounding game is there for the Express, 34-23. Field goal percentage is there for the Express, 47-35. But so far, the Lightning has outscored the Express 15-9 in this quarter.
Yeah, we knew they were going to come out hot. This team is too good to play the kind of basketball through 4 quarters that we've seen in the first 2. Kyle Julius got the troops in order, to say the least.
I mentioned at the Knockstrom halftime that it's going to be 0-0 in the second half, and what matters the most is what type of attitude and adrenaline you will bring into this second half, because it's a whole new ball game, and London's taking sure advantage of that as we see Mustafa Jones have the ball up top. Anderson has it. He's at the wing. Pesky guard right there by Tony Bennett. But nonetheless, Maxwell couldn't get that to go. Windsor Express get the rebound. Now Tony Bennett will bring it up the timeline. 5:15 to go. Here's Bennett trying to drive, guarded by Ward. Instead skips it out to Commons. He gets the ball back. Here's Robinson for three. Got it. Boom. And he gives his fair shine of enjoyment with that three, as the Express are now up 3 squared, which is 9 for you folks at home.
And that's a big bucket for the Windsor Express, who were able to take back some of the momentum the Lightning were building.
It is now a 15-12 ball game here in the third quarter, as we see a three that couldn't go for Taylor Black. Here's Bennett, tough drive. Here's Commons. Can you say a three? No, you can't. But Ryan Anderson is there to get the rebound for London. Anderson skips it to Black. Black goes inside. Instead, skips it 2 passes later to Ward. He fires the three.
And a shame, because Brandon Robinson made quite the defensive effort there. Had the hand in the face on 3 different opponents.
It's a good contested shot, but you never know the outcome of it.
Hey, that's professional basketball in the NBL.
Absolutely. Bennett goes inside to Keith. Little pump up there, but he got it to go.
And that is Tony Bennett's 10th dime, as Shaquille O'Neal getting it done at the rack.
Welcome to the double-digit assist club, Mr. Bennett. London has it back. Here's Black outside. He's trying to look for Ward, and he got Ward. Ward drives inside, a little alley-oop, and that's a beauty. We'll see you on the top tenor, Stephen Maxwell.
Turning the crowd down a little bit there.
The Lightning sure know how to silence the crowd right here at the old FCU. Here's another takeaway by the Lightning. They have numbers, and guess who is there? Mr. Warren Ward with the reverse.
Thought we might have seen a timeout, but Coach Jones will let these guys play it out.
Bennett near the wing. Bennett thinking twice. He's taking time, 10 on the shot clock, and the assist on driving. He kicks it outside. Here's a three on the way. Can you say unbelievable? Great three right there. The Express needed that for sure, and Brandon Robinson supplies the three-point range.
And there's the confidence that Coach Jones has in his troops. He doesn't call the timeout. He lets them go at it for one more. Tony Bennett makes the right pass, finds Brandon Robinson for the triple, his 3rd of the game. Big bucket for the Windsor Express.
Absolutely, and the character that Bill Jones has was most importantly a character the Express missed from him after being away from the bench for at least half the season.
Right, Brett and I talked about it in quite long detail, and I mean, it just brings another element. We're excited to have him back.
Absolutely. Second half of the season as we work on the second half of this game, and what a slam dunk by Stephen Maxwell. Looking at the gaps right there, he had no fear taking it all the way by himself.
And the London Lightning really getting it done at the rack. 28 points in the paint for the London Lightning.
Now Windsor has to retaliate and come back. They cannot let this lead slip away. As we see an interception right here. London has numbers. Here's Anderson. Good look outside. Inside to Maxwell. Stephen Maxwell is just making it work for the London Lightning, and with that, London are within 4.
And they came out the start of the third quarter shooting 30% collectively as a team. Now almost at 38%, so shooting the basketball a lot better. And a big part and parcel is the work they've done at the rim. And those last 2 points were off yet another Windsor turnover. 19 on the game, 22 points off the turnovers. So London making the most of the Windsor mistakes.
Give some to the credit to Stephen Maxwell. He's the leading scorer for London right now. 19 points right now. 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. So he's a scoring and rebounding leader, and one of the crucial parts in London's comeback in this ballgame.
Yeah, when your DAC stats updates, it will tell you that he has 23 points and 8 boards. He's
There we
scoring
go.
so much, Aaron, that the computer can't keep up.
It lagged up right there, and that's the type of pace the Lightning need to get back in this game. They're outscoring them 26-17. And you mentioned most of those points come off the turnovers, and they're going inside of the paint, and the Express have been suffering so far with these turnovers.
Well, they did show some great interior defense in the first half, and they've obviously relaxed a little bit there at the rim. But London struggled from outside in the first half from the three-point line. They shot 20% from deep. So I think Coach Randall wanted to get these guys scoring inside and just attack the basket, because good things can happen. You know, whether they score or get to the free throw line, it generates offense at a high percentage.
No question about it. You go inside, you create the contact, and plus two, when you get those closer shots, a better chance of, cutting the lead there. It's no time to go outside and make those mid-range jumpers. If you see the gap to go inside, you take advantage of it, and that's what London's been doing lately to cut the lead to 3.
And not an easy task, because Windsor's just struggled defending the three-point line, but have been great defending at the rim.
Talk about a great paradox. Anyway, we see Superman Johnson coming in. Here's Robinson. He stops, pops. No shot for the 3. A little tip in, but that wouldn't go. Capers with the rebound.
Yeah, it looked like Brandon Robinson rushed that shot a little bit.
Go off the hesitation, and we have Capers right there at the top. Caper looking for room. Instead goes off the Maxwell pick. Kicks it inside to Anderson. A 3. Good grief, what a 3. And just like that, the London Lightning have tied the game. Now the Express have to think twice on every shot now. Commons has it. Commons to B-Rob. B-Rob a little bit inside to Shaq. Shaq working the room, but he stepped on the line, and that equals trouble for the Express and redemption time for the Lightning as they get the ball back.
And Coach Kyle Julius, I apologize, called him Coach Randall, has done just a fantastic job, obviously, in the locker room, getting the troops aligned. This team has 16 collective wins, good for first place in the NBL, and this is exactly why.
That pretty much sums up the leadership of this London Lightning team. Kyle Julius doing all he can to get these troops up and clicking on all cylinders, as they are the cream of the crop of the Central Division, as we see a 3 missed by Taylor Black. Rebound by Mr. Sweet String Music, Tony Bennett.
5 rebounds for the 6'1" Tony Bennett.
Commons tries to size up on Black. Instead goes back to the wing. Deadly spot right there if you're in offense. Anyway, we have Superman. Pumps, fakes, pumps twice, goes inside the drive, 2 on the shot clock, puts it up and in! You can put that beauty in the top tenner.
Superman getting it done at the rim. 2 pump fakes, little spin off the glass. Gotta love it.
London is no kryptonite for one Superman Johnson.
I gotta tell you, he's looked really comfortable lately. He was a new addition to the team and doing a good job for the Windsor Express off the bench. I mean, that's a real attribute to have if Tony Bennett's off the floor or he's on the floor and they're playing those 2 guards at the same time. Just provides real depth in the backcourt.
Before he got acquired by the Express, what I've seen from Superman, he's a great assist guy, giving those assists when it counts. But in this resurgence of this Windsor Championship team, I'm seeing him drive more. So it's really great to have those attributes like you said, Kobe. Anyway, this is Akeem Wright. Having trouble right there, guarded by big old Theo Davis. Wright didn't make the right move right there as we go the other way.
And 16 turnovers from London as Windsor looks to capitalize on the Lightning mistake.
Windsor was outscored by London in this quarter as we have 20 seconds to go. They really have to think about getting their lead back, but they're doing good so far. They're up 3. 14 seconds to go right here. As we see Mr. Robinson drive. Teardrop is good. Vercelli had a second thought there by trying to tip it back in, but the ball went in. 2 seconds to go and too much time right there, as that's the story for the third quarter. The Express are up 5 despite a London comeback and a great London run to start off the second half.
There you see Tony Robinson getting it done, penetrating the lane and finishing at the rim. He isn't just a three-point shooter. The man can score from anywhere on the floor. And credit the Windsor Express for making a real effort after London sort of surged back to contain this lead now at 5 points. I expect nothing short of an amazing fourth quarter.
It's going to be a great fourth quarter. The 401 rivalry never disappoints anybody. 65-70, the Lightning outscored the Express 29-22. But if you ask me, we go back all the way to the Clash of the Coliseum where the Windsor Express finished hard and had a 19-point victory. This is most like the fourth meeting between these two squads within the last couple of weeks. Windsor Express are up in that series 2-1. Windsor is winners of 4 of their last 6 games, and this is the last game of their back-to-back-to-back series after being on the road for 2 games. So basically, when you play for 3 straight days, it just goes to show to see that the Express don't show no fatigue at all.
Well, and they're also, this is the start of a 4-game homestand, and what an awesome thing it would be for this team with Coach Bill Jones returning to get a win at home against London to kick this thing off, because they can make a real push to the top of the Central Division after 4 games, and should they be successful. We know how good they've been at home, but they also just recently won a road game. They split the pair. They went 1-1 on the road, and that's really where they got to find themselves, Aaron, because come playoff time, you can't just be a solid home team. You've got to be good on the road. So I think that's the biggest area of concern right now when looking at the bigger picture.
You have to be good everywhere. You cannot let up. You got to pretend that every road game you are, there's going to be some fans of your teams around there. But I see a potential Central Division final matchup right here, as both of these two are vying for the top spot of the Central Division. London Lightning at the cream of the crop, and the Windsor Express trying to get above 500 tonight should they pull it off.
They're definitely and most likely better than 500, but they're not. They're 10-10, and that's just those are just the facts, and they've got some work to do. But I gotta say, of any team that London's played this year, I think the Express has done the best job.
I agree with you with that as we start the 4th and final frame of this ball game. Maxwell has it, skips it to Wright. Wright looking for room, gives it to Anderson. Anderson guarded by Bennett. He'll get fouled.
Yeah, you used a word that I like to describe Tony Bennett's defense, and that is pesky. And he's got to be one of the best on-ball defenders in the NBL. Couple steals per game, some real leadership, just a fantastic point guard, and a real floor general.
You mentioned floor general. Remember Avery Johnson?
I sure do.
This game is similar to that. As we go back to the action, Theo Davis tried to dive for the ball, but Wright gets it back. Not enough for him. Oh, heartbreaker right there, but it was already a heartbreaker because the shot clock expired. Windsor Express are now going to try to widen this lead more. Less than 30 seconds into this 4th quarter.
And they've struggled in the 4th quarter, Aaron, this season. I'm not going to lie. So, I mean, closing this thing out here against London would just be a huge confidence builder for this team.
Yes, I mentioned this too. They weren't able to finish strong in the early goings of this season. The inside defense wasn't there. They were standing there stiff as a mud. But so far, since the last few weeks, they have resurged as a championship team. And like you said, this will be a major confidence builder should they finish strong here tonight. Back in the game, Superman gives it to B-Rob. Robinson fakes right, goes left, stops, pops, no shot, rebound. And a steal by the pesky defender, Mr. Tony Bennett.
Guess who?
And here's Superman with the 3.
And it drops Alex Superman Johnson with another big bucket for the Windsor Express.
Most likely saving the day right here. 10:50 to go.
And extends the lead to 8.
Well, Curry to Capers. Capers gives it down. And that's a foul you really need if you're the Express, with the adrenaline on your side as well as the fans' reactions.
And that's what depth does for you, Aaron. When you can have a player come off the bench and score a big bucket like that in the 4th quarter, you're in really good shape. Certainly when we're talking championship aspirations, because there's no Kirk Williams Jr. in the lineup tonight. And make no mistake about it, he has a big impact on this team. He does a lot of the dirty work. He's great defensively. He can score the basketball, and he plays a lot bigger than he is, standing at 6'7", so they miss him.
They miss him, but he will be back next week, as we'll be here again at the WFCU Center where they play against, well, you know who, the Orangeville A's, and you know those two always show up with a great physical game. Anyway, we see Marcus Capers on the line. In and out, Heartbreak City on that second free throw. Taylor Black trying to save it. But instead, he goes on the baseline, and the Express get the ball back. Lubitcher for Chelly making the inbounds pass.
Crashing into the Superior sign.
Robinson, guarded by Capers, goes left. Skips it to Vercelli. Vercelli back to Superman. Can he fire another three? Tap dancer, no good. Great physical game right there. Anderson got the rebound, but the Express will get the foul.
Shot just rims out for Alex Johnson, who really seems to be finding his confidence with this team. But this London Lightning group now shooting 39.68 collectively, almost 40%. A big difference from the start of the third quarter where it was at 30%.
Well, London had most likely taking over the second half with the shooting they've been having lately. As we see, Ryan Anderson got double teamed, but gives it to Maxwell, who puts it up and in. 25
points, 8 boards for the big man, number 21, Stephen Maxwell.
London Lightning aren't going away. They're within 6 with 9:50 to go. Superman has the ball, and we have a stoppage of play. Brandon Robinson will come out now. And Shaq Keith will be back in.
And Lubisha Vercelli sits down.
So on the floor for the Express, we got Theo Davis, Chris Common, Shaq Keith, Superman Johnson, and Tony Bennett.
Brandon Robinson and Tony Bennett playing with 3 fouls each.
They have to play wisely now, especially in this stretch of this ball game. Commons has it, skips it to Keith. Keith drives inside, kicks it out south to Superman, whose shot was out south. And Okori bumps into Commons. That will be a foul.
Express fouls number 24.
And you like Shaquille Keith going over and giving Alex Superman Johnson some daps for, you know, a rough shot there off the side of the basket, but that's being a good teammate.
They'll encourage him when they get back there. Okori has it. Here's Okori, guarded by Superman. Skips it outside to Ryan Anderson. Ryan Anderson at top. Gives it back. Oh, great. Good footwork right there by Warren Ward.
What a crossover.
Man, if that would have gone,
I would have fell right out of my chair.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, as Superman brings it up the timeline. Exactly 9 minutes to go here in this ball game. Superman looking for room. He finds Bennett instead, who drives, loses his footing, gives it to Commons. Commons goes inside, kicks it back to Bennett for 3. Ooh. Off the mark. Bill Jones was looking excited on that shot. Okori tries to drive. Now he'll go to the right. A little footwork, fakes left, goes right, goes with a little reverse, gives it inside to Black. Black, jump hook's good.
Some fantastic old school post moves right there on display.
Talk about the tenacity of both of these clubs. Superman shoves away Nick Okori there for a second. Luckily for him, the referee didn't pay attention to that. Commons back to Superman, kicks it outside, stolen by Warren Ward. He puts it up. Heartbreak City could not get that to go. The Express could retaliate on this one.
Alex Superman Johnson throws the ball away, but is all hustle getting back there.
Bennett directing the play, and he gives it to Shaq Keith, who connects.
And if Alex Johnson hadn't made that defensive effort, none of that happens.
No. Great effort on Windsor's defense as we see Black get the ball back, trying to go all the way by himself. Once again, he misses it. Theo Davis with the rebound. London tried to be pesky. More specific, Warren Ward. As Superman will now conduct the offense. Goes inside the Commons. Commons guarded by Black. Now double teamed at the wing. Superman flying all the way. No dice. And we have Okori there. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He could not connect. But he have a foul on the play.
These guys are playing hard physical basketball right now.
These guys are flying in air. They're making sure they get close to the basket as possible because this is a crucial moment in this ball game. 6 points difference between these two squads.
Yeah, London going anywhere. Windsor getting some great production. Alex Johnson, 10 points. Brandon Robinson, 17 points. Shaquille Keith, 13 points. Chris Commons, 19 points. So 4 players in double digits. It's really been Stephen Maxwell with 25. And Warren Ward for the Lightning with 18.
Warren Ward being a great asset to this second half.
Yeah, and the London Lightning, who have struggled from the field, 39%, he has shot 7 of 10 from the field. He's hit 4 triples, so he's having himself quite a game.
He's looking in daylight as we've seen a little shove right there. London will get the ball back following those free throws. You could pin that foul to Chris Commons. Now he really has to be careful. He has 4 fouls. We see Black. He gave it to Ward. Now Black gets it back. Black, step away, no good. And look who's there to tip it back in. That's Marcus Capers, 6'5", 190 from Washington State. Here's Bennett, and the physicality is right there as Nick O'Corey will be getting the foul.
The refs are letting them play, but they're also not letting it get too out of hand because this has been a real scrappy game. We talk about Windsor struggling on the boards, but not tonight, Aaron. Let me see here. 40 collective rebounds for the Express, 80 on the offensive end. To London Lightning's 30. So they're plus 10 on the boards, a big reason why they have this lead.
Fantastic effort by the Express, nonetheless. Commons, a little tornado spin. Can he get it? Yes, he can! And he'll go to the line for the N1.
Chris Commons, number 24, always coming up with a big play when the Express need it most, stretching this lead to 3, and if he can make this free throw, it'll be a 4-point lead.
Be a fantastic 4-point lead for what the NBLC fans call him, Mr. Dependable, with that great tornado spin, and he couldn't connect on the N1. London gets the ball back to Nick O'Corey. To most of you, you know him as Nick O'Scorey. O'Corey tried to drive, instead gives it to Black. Black second-guessed himself right there. A little high rainbow pass. They get the ball back somehow, and that's you better believe that will be a foul, but a great effort right there by the pesky Tony Bennett.
Bennett, 8 points, 13 assists, 5 boards. He's 3 of 10 from the field, but he's getting it done everywhere else for the Windsor Express. All effort, all heart, but that's 5 fouls on Tony Bennett to Alex Superman Johnson back in the game.
Well, we got a timeout right here on the floor. The Express have a 4-point game right here, but you have to admire the tough physical game these two squads are putting up right now. The rebounding game is there. The team fouls are identical as far as I'm concerned. You might have a different story, but this is the type of game you would expect London to play. They're known for having this type of game. The Express trying to fight them off in this final frame, Kobe.
Yeah, they really got to close this thing out, Aaron, because they had such a good first half. It would be a tragedy if they lost this game, and I would point directly at turnovers and points off turnovers, should that be the case. But I think with the effort given from this group right now, there's a good chance Windsor can close this thing out. But you can never sleep on this London Lightning team, who leads the NBL and wins at 16, and are obviously much more focused in the second half.
The Express, if they cap it off, they'll win their last 5 of 7 games, and they'll be 2-1 on this 3-in-a-row game stand they have played here.
Definitely would be a great way to kick off the road trip, the 4-game home stand.
And a great way to kick off the second half of the season. We are game 21 of 40 right here. Much more action to transpire here, and with the NBLC, you'll never know what happens in the 4th and final frame. We have seen buzzer beaters upon game winners so far this season, and it wouldn't be no surprise if we see another one here at the FCU.
It's NBL basketball for you. Close games, buzzer beaters, all excitement, all action, all the time. NBL Canada with its very own professional brand of basketball right here in this country. Fans from all over the world, players from all over the world. It's been a real union of professional basketball, and it's been a fun ride thus far. So much more in store for the future.
Absolutely. We have 6 minutes and 36 seconds of this great ride of a ball game we have here. as we see Mr. O'Scory knock down the free throws.
6 points for Nick O'Corey, but more importantly, lead cut to 2.
Superman thought about passing. Instead, he goes to Commons at the wing inside the Keith. Puts it up. Could not get it to go.
That was a crying shame as Chris Commons. What a pass along the baseline.
Good grief. And he was almost double teamed right there at the wing, Chris Commons. Now we go the other way. Here's Ward. Outside, he was looking for Maxwell. Could not get Maxwell. Too wide within his reach. The Express will get it back on the side. Rudolph Jolly back into the game, and as I mentioned, a great asset in the first half. Let's see if his post work will work out well in these final 5 in 50 seconds. Robinson skips it to Superman, connects.
All day.
Another 3.
And a wide open look for Alex Johnson. He definitely needed to get a bucket after a few misses. Big basket for the Express.
Superman, 13 points. What more can we say about this fella? As he guards O'Corey, a little step back. And let's see what we have here. Oh, Nick O'Corey fouled him. We're going the other way yet again.
That's his 5th personal, team 4th.
As he has his 5th foul. Kyle Julius now thinking, what can we do in the outside game? They're within 5, and with Nick O'Corey with 5 fouls, that's something you really got to ponder about, but not take enough time about it. Speaking of time, Superman Johnson connects with another 3. Can you say unbelievable?
What a game off the bench this guy's having, carrying the Express in the 4th quarter after 2 big triples.
And speaking of the triple, Ryan Anderson tried to repeat that feat. It barely hit iron in the front. Here comes the Express. We have a foul right here as Shaq Keith tries to drive it and finish.
That really slowed things down. Might have been a good foul to take for the London Lightning. As we see Alex Superman Johnson. Wow, 6 of 10 from the field, but 3 of 4 from downtown for 16 points. The three ball's been an area the Express have struggled this year, so it's nice to see them getting it going tonight. They're 9 of 26 for 34%, but they've made them at the right times.
The outside game has been working really well, and thus the answer, an 8-point game. A lot of great action right here every time these 401 rivalries come to play each other. This game is no exception. Right here, this is the Windsor Express on Knockstrom.tv. Aaron Sanders with the one and only Mitch Kobe K, giving you a great cavalcade of action here this evening. And we'll be back with you. Well, Brett Hedges and all of us will be back here next week when the Orangeville A's come to town. And a great physical game those two squads always present to the crowd. Every chance they get to meet each other.
When you look at this London team through the first 20 days, I would say they are the most balanced team on both sides of the balls. And at this point, probably still the best team in the NBL, scoring 108 a game, averaging 102, near the top in all statistical categories. They get a total team effort. There are at least 5 guys in double digits, I believe. Great coaching, great fan base. They're going to be a force down the stretch. And what a Central Division's final it would be if London and Windsor could hook up once again.
Good grief, that would be something else. And you mentioned it right there, Kobe K, that the password right there is teamwork. That's why they get an average of more than 100 points a game. It's all in the teamwork and great ball handling. But they are within 8 right now as the Windsor Express are really giving them work. As we see Robinson trying to drive. Instead, he kicks to Superman. Superman tries to drive, got himself some space, couldn't connect. Rebound by Capers. Less than 5 to go here. Capers conducting the offense, gives it to Anderson. Anderson to O'Corey. O'Corey at the top, guarded by Superman. He almost bit the fake right there. Skips inside with a alley-oop slam dunk by Marcus Capers. You better believe.
Good
This is
Lord.
A great resurgence of the London Lightning team.
That was ridiculous.
I've seen it all, and that right there is a diaper dandy. Superman trying to connect off the Commons pick. He knew he was chapped right there. That's why he gave it to B-Rob. 4:20 to go. He cuts inside,
Great
skips
pass.
it inside. What a block by Marcus Capers.
So it's Capers for the London Lightning.
And here's Anderson connecting. Oh, good backdoor pass. But unfortunately, it went into the wrong hands, which is right for the Express as Shaq Keith takes the steal. 4 minutes to go here. 83-77, Windsor Express.
Tony Bennett getting ready to check back in. This is an important stretch of time for him to come in and provide some leadership and on-ball defense to try to close this thing out.
And these London fouls are helping that stretch for the Express. As we see Mr. Tony Bennett return.
So Coach Jones definitely sitting Tony Bennett down at the right time. Now they can have him back. He's just got to be really careful. Another foul, and he will have to sit down for the rest of the night.
And that would be very crucial and sad considering the game he has had here tonight. 3:50 to go. Superman. Here's Bennett. Bennett drives to the right, stops, pops, no shot, rebound by Akeem Wright, who skips it to Capers. Anderson for three. Couldn't get it to go. But Windsor will get another foul. Could be pinned to Superman.
Yeah, I believe there was a push off near the baseline in order to secure that rebound. Alex Johnson gets nailed, and that'll be his 5th foul.
Absolutely. Now he has to be careful. Windsor Express so far, foul situation. Tony Bennett has 5. Brandon Robinson has 3. Shaq has 3. And Superman has 5.
No, I was just about to apologize. I was looking at somebody else. He has 1 foul. 16 points, though. 4 assists and 4 boards.
Hey, good credit right there. But no matter what, the foul situation is looking pretty deep for the Express. But they cannot get careless of this 4-point game. They still got 3:30 to go. And they have to produce a strong finish right here. And this moment could start it off right here.
Yeah, they need to not jack up any threes and just take good shots and chew some time off this clock.
Go inside and create contact. As we see Commons tips it to Davis, back to Superman. Superman guarded by O'Corey. And we have another off-ball foul. Most likely will go to Akeem Wright.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of contact down there off the ball as Chris Commons looking to create some space. So that will put Commons on the line. He's 5 of 9 from the free throw line. He has 21 total points. Very, very important free throws here, Aaron. Leads at 4. Could potentially make it 6, which would be
a 2-possession game. He misses the first one. Now, these free throws won't be the dagger considering London still has a chance. But this could really change the momentum a little bit if he gets down the second one.
Absolutely. Any free throws missed in the closing 5 minutes of a game can come back to bite you.
Speaking of one, he missed both of them as London gets the ball back. Corey to Maxwell in the traffic, but he gets fouled. And Commons, he was talking to the ref right there. He wasn't happy about that, but they really have to regain composure.
London's bigs have done a really good job tonight passing across the blocks from left to right, and that really kind of confuses the defense and opens up easy shots. So it's not surprised that there's another foul.
It's a close scoring game here in the fourth quarter. Lightning outscoring the Express yet again, 14-13. Both clubs giving each other a run for their money. As we see Stephen Maxwell attempting the second free throw, and it in and out. But look who's there to capture the rebound. Akeem Wright.
Chris Commons got caught snoozing.
That's what most people call caught you slipping. And now the Express, they're only up 2 with 2:55 to go. Here's Superman. Superman goes inside to Robinson. Robinson stops, pops. He drops. Fantastic play right there. And Superman will be pinned with the assist.
Take an extra couple dribbles till he got the right shot, and it fell. Brandon Robinson, what a big basket.
And fans, if you're hearing us right now, you can hear the crowd too. This is where the most dramatic finishes come right here. This final 2 minutes of play right here. Anderson drives inside. He puts it up and in easily, and you can count that in a foul. The Lightning could cut the lead in the 1 should Ryan Anderson make this and 1.
So you look at the momentum shift there with the Brandon Robinson basket. London poised and collected, come right back and attack the rim, and now a potential three-point play. So it's the points in the paint for the Lightning tonight that have really worked. 40 points in the paint collectively for the team, Aaron. Shooting 7 of 28 from downtown. This is really where it's worked.
No dilly-dallying right there for the London Lightning as they are trying to get inches and get close away to their first lead of the ball game. 2:23 to go, 85-84 as we saw Ryan Anderson connect on his free throw. Keith gives it to Robinson. Robinson has to be careful. He has space. Instead, gets it back to Shaq. 2:09 to go. Here's Superman. Superman cutting all the way. He wanted contact. He got it. He'll go to the line.
So Alex Superman Johnson, 1 of 1 from the line tonight. Really crucial free throws here. Could extend the lead to 3. Sorry, pardon me. 4 if he makes both. Sorry, it's 85-84. Could extend the lead to 3 points if he makes both.
Well, remember, folks, it's the little things that matter the most. And these free throws,
It's
like
short.
I said, that free throw was short. But remember, those free throws as well can make you or break you, depending on what type of game your team's playing, as we see Superman connect on the second free throw.
Big bucket for the Express. 2 and change remaining.
2 minutes to go here. Express are up 2. Speaking of number 2, here's Nico Corey. Fires a 3 off the mark. Rebound by Commons.
But if you're a Corey, you got to take that shot. He's the guy that you want shooting the basketball late in the game.
Absolutely. Superman guarded by Anderson. Skips it to Robinson. Robinson at the top. Robinson trying to go inside. He goes inside. He fires up a fadeaway. Count it. Count it.
No.
You can put that in the fridge.
Oh, no. With the ISO, Brandon Robinson with a big-time
You
bucket.
rarely see the isolation, and now we got a ball game right here.
Oh.
Good grief.
Shaquille Keith dropping the hammer.
Shaq Keith, unbelievable. What a block and great effort.
If you're a fan, how much are you enjoying this? Aaron and I on our feet in the broadcast booth. Brandon Robinson creates space on the left side. He's about 16 feet out, fades in the air, and just drains the jump shot. That is highlight reel stuff.
We've seen a lot of highlight reel stuff right here tonight, and you folks are getting a great benefit of this as we see Ryan Anderson missing his first free throw.
And the game far from over. Lead cut to 3. London with time, that's for sure. Buck 27 left.
This is a crucial moment right here. Windsor known at the beginning of the season not to finish strong, but this could do it right here. Windsor could win 5 of 7 should they cap it off right here. Robinson double team and he throws it away. London gets the ball back with 1:14 to go.
Crucial turnover for the Windsor Express.
Oh my goodness.
But there you go, and that's the tenacious defense of the London Lightning, sliding over with the double team and forcing Robinson to throw the ball away. And this London Lightning team is only allowing opposing squads to score 102 points per game. I believe they're second in the NBL there, so no surprise.
They are not letting up in that stat for sure. 1:08 to go. Capers to Okori. Okori was double teamed there for a second. Gives it to Anderson. Anderson at top. Back to Okori. Okori with the finger roll. Cuts the lead into 1.
Good basic play call there, but man, it works. Nick Okori, we were talking about him earlier. He's now in double digits scoring. Under a minute left.
Nico Scory here. Fasten your feet, seatbelts, folks, because here we go. You're in for a long ride. 47 seconds to go here. Robinson thinking, fakes left, goes right, goes inside to the hoop. He gets fouled, and a great opportunity right here for the Windsor Express.
Ryan Anderson doesn't like the call, but that's not going to change anything. So we go back to free throws, Aaron. You know, and how important they are. The Express are only 13 of 24 from the free throw line tonight for 54%. Should they lose this game, you can point to that stat as being why. But Brandon Robinson puts one of the final nails in the coffin. 43 seconds left. The Express up by 2.
A crucial element of free throw as we're at 43 seconds. Brandon Robinson sizes up for the second free throw. He fires and triggers up a 3-point lead for the Windsor Express. And no doubt Kyle Julius is going to call a timeout. Really have to retaliate his team right here as they are within 3. we're going to have a fantastic finish right here to tell the grandchildren about.
So the question mark is, what play do they draw up? The London Lightning have made more 3-point baskets than any team in the NBL. They shoot it at a very high percentage. They're very confident from deep, but they haven't found a lot of success from there this season. This game, they're 7 of 29 for 24%. So do they go to the paint where they've scored 44 points, or do they elect to shoot the triple?
Here's another $64 question for you. The question is, would you put all your great free throw shooters there on the line, especially with your 3-point specialists? Because at this crucial point in time, you're going to drive, but how can you create contact well so the referee can bite it up and go to the line? That's another great question. Will Kailas Julius do that, or keep his main 5 on the ground and try to rely on this Lightning team to come back in this? Plenty of time left. Anything can happen.
As well, how much time of the shot clock do they chew? Because even if they tie this game up, they're going to give Windsor some time to get a basket and win this game. So it could come down to a Lightning make and a Windsor miss to get it to overtime if they make the 3-point basket.
Talk about a crucial element and a great finish right here. You folks are enjoying it right here on Noxion.tv. 90-87, and we'll just let the crowd tell the story for a few seconds. The old FCU faithful on its feet. 43 seconds ago, Keem Wright will make the inbound. Expect Nick O'Corey to get the inbound. He does, guarded by Superman. He's at the top, gives it to Ward, now back to Anderson. Anderson gives it up.
They will take a whole bunch of time off this shot clock.
As they should. Double team right there, Mr. Akeem Wright, who puts it up. He'll go to the line to shoot too.
So Akeem Wright with some space. I thought he was going to elect to shoot, but seeing the lane, and he will head to the free throw line, a place where he's 3 of 4 tonight. So there you have it, Aaron. You spoke about the potential of scoring some points off free throws, but 24 seconds left. Should he make both baskets? The London Lightning still down by 1.
Now the Lightning are down 2. The WFCU center is up rampant in a frenzy.
So we're likely, if the ball drops, to see a quick foul. And the Windsor Express struggling from the line tonight. What an exciting finish and chess match this is going to be.
There's going to be no stalemates in this one. As the second free throw is missed, and we have some contact right there. Mr. Warren Ward will be pinned with the foul. The Express will go back to the line.
And a terrible foul by Warren Ward, who's had a great game, because it puts Windsor back on the line.
Windsor could stretch the lead to 4, but with 23 seconds, like we mentioned in the last minute, anything could happen. But we see Mr. Dependable at the line, and this could be one of the nails in the coffin you've been talking about.
I thought Warren Ward may have had an opportunity to compete for that basketball there, but Chris Commons ends up on the line and misses the free throw again.
Now we really have to regain composure. Don't lose focus. That's how you set up this free throw. And Chris Commons misses both, and we have 20 seconds to go here in this ball game.
So the Ward foul actually works out for the London Lightning.
London is going to try to set for the final shot. O'Corey dicks it out well, and a block. What a block by Chris Commons. Unbelievable.
So number 24 misses both free throws, comes back down on the other end, and blocks a crucial game-tying or potentially game-winning shot for the London Lightning and draws the foul.
He redeems himself. The WFCU Center is telling you this story right here, folks. He's back to the line. Now he could try to redeem himself from the last pair of free throws. Should he knock it down, we got an interesting finish right here.
5 of 13 from the line.
Oh, Heartbreak City. And now, should Commons make this one, London still has a chance.
And so many options, right? Even if Windsor makes it, London's going to get a good shot off.
He makes the second one, and now London looks like he's not have any timeouts left. And now here's a 3 by Warren Ward off the top. And Keith gets it. The game is over. The Windsor Express regained confidence and composure and showing great character as we see Bill Jones happy about this, coming back from that suspension and picking up his first win of the season as the Express beat the London Lightning third time in a row in the last 4 meetings, 91-88.
And the WFCU Center crowd on their feet as the Windsor Express closed things out in the fourth quarter against the best team in the NBL, the London Lightning, with 16 wins. A quarter in which they've struggled throughout this season, Aaron. They got it done today. What a fantastic game.
My goodness, everybody here is still on their feet. They got their money's worth. You folks are watching on Knoxstrom.tv are getting your internet's worth right here. A fantastic finish you'll tell your grandchildren about. We had a couple of top 10 moments right here as we see the Windsor Express gather around the logo, paying a great tribute to the fans. What a way to finish a great ball game right here. Lightning had a great resurgence in the second half. Could not pull it off at the end, but Chris Commons was there to seal the deal.
And another statement game for the Windsor Express against the Lightning. Should they meet them in the Central Finals, they're going to have a great deal of confidence because they've done such a good job in the regular season series. Windsor looks to be a little bit of London's kryptonite, if you will. The Windsor Express, quick stats: Alex Johnson, 17 points. Brandon Robinson, 23 points, including that late step-back J. Shaquille Keith, 13 points. And then Chris Commons with the big block at the end, 22 points. And for the London Lightning, Stephen Maxwell, 25 and 13. He had a huge game. Warren Ward with 18 and Nick O'Corey with 12.
And that pretty much sums up why the Express have been winners of 5 of their last 7 games. The Windsor Express above 500, 11 and 10. Here's what we're going to do now, folks. We're going to step aside for a moment. Mitch, thank you. We'll see you again game against Orangeville. We'll step aside here. I'll give you the Knoxstrom post-game in just a few moments following this commercial timeout. You are watching the Windsor Express on Knoxstrom.tv. Fantastic game right here at the old WFCU Center. The Windsor Express pull off an amazing victory you'll tell your grandkids about with the final score of 91-88 against the London Lightning. This is the Knoxstrom post game, and I'm Aaron Sanders bringing it to you. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have seen was a resurgence of the London Lightning in the second half to top things off. But really, they really suffered in the first half, but they really came back to it. Gave Windsor a run for their money, but all of a sudden, when it matters the most, free throws, shooting, and defense happened. And that's one of those key elements that gave the Windsor Express their 11th win of the season, 11-10 record so far. The London Lightning dropped to 16-5, which means the Express are once again inches away of being the cream of the crop of the Central Division. We have seen the amazing moves by Chris Commons. We have seen Superman Johnson showing that London is no kryptonite to the Windsor Express. And for the Express, they have won their last 3 or 4 games against the London Lightning. It dates all the way back to the clash of the Coliseum. Windsor Express won their last 5 of 7 games. And to cap it all off, they finished their 3-game-in-a-row series. 2 wins and 1 loss, which was only in London at the Bud Gardens Thursday night. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next time we will see you will be on the 26th as the Windsor Express plays against the Orangeville A's. Now, speaking of the Orangeville A's, expect Kirk Williams Jr. to come back from his 3-game suspension, and for Bill Jones to come back and coach and win his first game after that suspension really boosts up Windsor's confidence and efficiency. It just shows the tempo and the character that the Windsor Express has to intimidate the NBLC. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed a great game. Windsor Express now 11-10, winning 91-88 over the leading London Lightning. As we see the amazing group play in the background, but the WFCU Center was livid and on its feet throughout the final frame of this ball game. And it never ends right here in Windsor, Ontario. Thank you for watching. We'll see you once again on the 26th against Orangeville A's with Mitch Kobe K, Brett Hedges, and all the Knockstrom.tv crew here. This has been a presentation of Knockstrom Digital Media, producing the media excellence in the Windsor-Essex County. Until we meet again, for everybody here, as you hear the band play in the background, this be Aaron Sanders saying so long from the Rose City.